Miles Miller here again with LeadUp.biz, your resource to professional success. Glad to have you back here again. This is our second segment, and once again, this whole series of series that we're doing is all about making this your best year yet. This series is all about coaching yourself to success. We talked last time about how you can do that, what maybe that would look like, why some people can do that, and we also talked about if you feel the need to get more professional assistance with that, by all means do that. But the next segments, including this one, are all going to be tips and things that you can do to literally coach yourself to success. So let's start with the first one. And this one, as soon as I say it, you're going to say, yeah, I've heard that before. But I'm going to give you a little bit more to think about with regards to it. Here's the first step. Know what you want. Now, as soon as I say that, you're like, yeah, I know all that. I know all the things I want. I know what I want to do. But let me ask you this. We can probably very easily, I'm sure you could do this, think of things that you're not happy about. Things that kind of get you stuck in what I call that stinking thinking, that negative state of mind. Now, if you were being coached, your coach would say things like, or would hear you say things like, no one at work takes me seriously, or I need to lose weight, but I can't. My boss is so frustrating. Notice the negativity in those statements. You notice what those things are conveying. But if you want things to change, and this is one of the points I want you to pick up from this segment, you need to identify what do you want, and what you would be happy with. What do you want, and what would you be happy with? Now, a lot of you I know are saying, I know what I want. It sounds pretty easy, right? But you'd be surprised. It's not just about figuring that out. It's more to it than that, and I want to help you with that. If you don't know what direction you're taking, think about this. Have you ever gotten in a car and tried to drive somewhere you've never been before? You ever tried to do that without a map or a GPS? How successful were you? Did you get to your destination without asking for directions? Probably not. So you need a plan, right? You need to understand, what is it that I want to accomplish? One approach that I know coaches have used, and once again, this is about coaching yourself, so I'm going to share this with you to get over this hurdle, is to explore what is the root cause of the problem. What's really at the heart of this problem? For example, let me use someone. Her name is Sally. Sally may feel that her career is literally going nowhere. Any of you can identify with that? Your career is going nowhere. No one is taking her seriously. She might discover this is because of her own behavior. Think about this, and this is her example. She takes on all these small tasks around her office for her team. She's so busy doing all those small little tasks, she doesn't have time to work on the big ideas. She doesn't have time to promote her potential to do some amazing large-scale things for her organization. Why? She's too busy doing all the small things. And here is where we get, and you've heard this term I'm sure before, this victim mentality. People begin to feel, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. It's all, I can't do anything about this. And the opposite is actually the truth. You can do something about this. You are not a victim. You might have a frustrating boss. Well, guess what? That frustrating boss, he or she isn't going to go away. So what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? You have to change yourself. You can't change that boss. You have to change yourself. So the key thing here I want you to take away is know what you want, but here's the important point as well. Identify what the root cause is. What do you want? And here's what you do. Remember those statements I said earlier? Listen to how they sound now if I change just a few words. I'm focused on important tasks. I'm clear about what I should do and not do to lose weight. I'm relaxed about my boss changing his mind. I know he appreciates my work to implement his changes. You see how those negative statements have now become positive? You see how our focus has changed from, I know what I need to do, I know what I want. And we're going to talk more about that in the next segment, because as you can imagine, there are some other things we can do as far as goals and getting to where we need to be. I want to thank you for joining me for this segment. Once again, Miles Miller here with LeadUp.biz. Come back and check out our next segment on how you can coach yourself to success.